Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ARC's National Beef Performance Awards for 2022. Every year, the Agricultural Research Council gives recognition to producers who have excelled in their quest to breed animals that will ensure sustainable and profitable beef production in South Africa. This award ceremony is brought to you by the ARC's National Beef Improvement Scheme that was established 63 years ago and played a central role when it comes to improving productivity, competitiveness and sustainability of our country's farmers from all production sectors. Tonight belongs to our farmers and their teams, people who turn hope into action to ensure we have food on our tables. I now hand over to Dr. Ben Greiling and his team to welcome you to this prestigious event.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the ARC's Annual Beef Performance Awards for 2022. With me tonight is Professors Norman Waiwashi, who is the General Manager for the Animal Production Campus of the Agricultural Research Council, and also Professor Linky Makgatlela, who's the Research Team Manager for Animal Breeding and Genetics. So we often wonder why and how people are acknowledged for excellence or for superior performance. We know, for instance, when you go to athletics, that a 100-meter athlete is regarded as exceptional if he or she can run his race in under 10 seconds. The question is, of course, how do we acknowledge and give recognition to a farmer who's been performing in an excellent manner? And that's what tonight is all about. So we really look forward to what's lying ahead of us, how we will show the world how our farmers make use of scientific technologies and innovation, and also, of course, perseverance to come to the top, to really make progress and to really unlock all their potential. So I hope you will be seated like us and really look forward to how this awards event will be presented and who will really take the top honors tonight. Prof. Maiwashi, if I can maybe pose the first question to you in terms of the use of science and technologies to develop and grow the agricultural industry, specifically the beef industry. Can you shed a few of your views on that?
Thank you, Ben, for the opportunity to interface with the farmers. Science and technology is very, very critical. We are all aware of the challenge that is posed by climate change, and that means this is business unusual. So it is critical that we look at science and technology to be able to come up with better and improved ways of doing livestock agriculture. And the society at large, in terms of their demand for animal protein, it's increasing and it will continue to increase in the next 20, 30 years. So we need to take science and technology very serious. And it is very interesting that since the turn of this century, there are a lot of development in the scientific space, such as the use of big data for precision agriculture to be able to assist farmers to be able to meet societal demands. So we're very excited tonight to be engaging with the farmers who are the best of the best in our livestock sector. And from the research and development fraternity, we will be maintaining these good partnerships with them so that we are able to bring science and technology for them to practice agriculture in a cost-effective manner.
Yeah, indeed, very, very important, the role of science in all industries, but now we particularly in the livestock industry and very specifically the beef industry. Prof. Linky, if I can jump to you, we often talk about the importance of science and research and unlocking also the potential of what is out there for farmers. Can you maybe shed some light on how recent technologies and also more innovative future technologies are being used in the research arena and implemented and adopted by the farming community?
Thank you, Ben, and it's always exciting to participate in this prestigious event. In terms of existing, technologies, farmers have been using breeding values to select breeding animals and improve economic traits. However, with climate change, population growth, as well as animal welfare consciousness, we need to account for new traits that will be able to address these issues. And our research in big data analysis aims to integrate new technologies, and we're talking about genomics, smart sensors, as well as animal welfare data to drive some of this economic efficiency or efficiency of productions. And in terms of the interface between research solutions as well as implementation by the industry, I would like to promote the framework or the model that was adopted by the Beef Genomics Program, where there was a round table between the breeders as well as the scientists to develop breeding plans as well as monitor and achieve progress together. So if this could continually, or rather if there could be regular roundtables between the industry as well as the scientists, then that would make sure that some of the scientific solutions that are coming from our research penetrate the industry and make more impact.
Prof. Norman, so we all know, and even worldwide, the importance and value of science and research and technologies for whatever industry, and we are obviously focusing tonight on the beef production industry. Can you maybe share some of your views in terms of these technologies in the value chain of beef production specifically?
Thank you very much, Ben, for that good question. When we talk about the value chain, it's important to start with the end in mind. We produce beef for the consumers, and this beef must be safe and nutritious. And if you look at the value chain, the stud breeders are at the top of this value chain. They are the segment of the industry where everything else starts. So often in our livestock breeding, national livestock breeding program, we have stud breeders who are tasked with a huge responsibility. So that means whatever we breed or select for in terms of the traits of economic importance, the stud breeder needs to capture the aspirations of the commercial beef producers, your backgrounders and finishers, the processors, the retailers, all the way to the end users. So it is becoming very, very important that we come up with breeding objectives that aims to improve efficiency of production so that everybody in the value chain can be able to benefit from the investment that we make in stud breeding. And if we are to look back in history, and with the famous scientist that we have ever produced in this country, at least in the livestock sector, who is Professor Jan Bonsma, he said it very clear to say, man must measure. And I think this is very, very important for the farmers that we are acknowledging tonight, that they are on the right path to implement that vision that was set that long time ago. At the moment, we have perhaps arguably the best breeding programs in the continent. And it is because of the culture and tradition that we have implemented over a long time. And I'm very excited because the whole value chain is now coming together. It's no longer the stud breeders talking amongst themselves, but we are bringing everybody throughout the value chain. And this is captured very well in the social compact that has been signed between all the stakeholders, labor, government, and industry. This is the Agriculture and Agro-Processing Master Plan. So this is a very, very good development in that we want to grow and develop together as the entire industry. And I can't emphasize this enough to our stud breeders to say the job that they're doing is very, very important. And we are acknowledging this contribution that they are making. So it's looking very good for South Africa in terms of food security and all the aspirations that we have for this industry that we love the most.
Thank you, Prof. Yeah, I agree. There's so many opportunities if we take hands, all the stakeholders, and there's many in our beef value chain. We're talking beef tonight, of course. But so much to unlock, so much potential to unlock to the benefit of the entire country. Socioeconomics, food security, work relationships and empowerment and things like that. So thanks for that one. So Prof. Linky, we have quite a full program tonight, 7 award categories to be precise. But in terms of the precious time that we have, can you maybe just highlight a few of them for us?
All the 7 categories that will be presented are very important, Ben. And just to name a few that comes to mind, there will be the Kaunafatso ya Dikgomo or KYD Province of the Year Award, which recognizes the province that facilitate smallholder participation into mainstream economy. And this program is quite critical for land reform as well as youth and women empowerment. There is the Farmer of the Year Award and the Head of the Year Award. These are the farmers that are in the forefront of utilizing science in their daily practices. And there's also the Mentor of the Year Award, which recognizes, some of the farmers that influence as well as direct and guide some of the changes that are needed for the industry to move forward.
Thanks so much. I think talking about the Mentor of the Year Award, which we only introduced in the last couple of years, I think that's something that South Africa really must focus much stronger on, is how we take hands, exchange experience, exchange knowledge, exchange our resources and share our resources so we can just develop faster and attain the goals that we're really looking for. Yeah. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. A very exciting program to look forward to tonight. 7 categories in total that will be presented. And our President and CEO, Dr. Lita Maginkla, will do the formal welcome address for us, after which the Registrar and Director of Animal Production at the Department of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development will give a keynote address. Followed by that, it will be the presentation of the categories, and our Group Executive, Dr. Andrew Magadlela of the Agriculture Research Council. He will take care of the vote of thanks for us. Thank you for that, Dr. Magadlela. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited. I hope you share in our excitement to see who will walk away tonight with the top honors. Thank you very much.
Please welcome Dr. Lita Maginkla for the official opening and welcoming address.
Greetings everyone, and welcome to the 2022 National Beef Performance Awards. I would like to acknowledge a few institutions and individuals whose presence today is of importance. The first being the Department of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development, with Mr. Joel Mamabolo, the Director for Animal Production at the department, having been a part of this initiative now for many years, for providing us with unwavering support to these national animal improvement schemes and providing requisite funding for the awards. I would also like to acknowledge all the heads of Department of Agriculture from the provinces for their support in the implementation of Kaunafatso ya Dikgomo, a special purpose vehicle aimed at facilitating active participation of smallholder farmers in the formal livestock value chain. We also have our strategic partners, sponsors, and industry captains who have joined us today. I will start with Plaas Media, our main sponsor, and mention Farmers Weekly, who have been with us for many years, GMP Basic, as well as Molatech. Without these key strategic partners, this event would not have been possible. The ARC Beef Performers Awards Organizing Committee did a sterling job behind the scenes in getting us to where we are today. I would also like to acknowledge the ARC technical team, ably led by Professor Norman Maiwashe, for their dedication and passion towards providing professional technical support to our farmers. More importantly, of course, our guests of honor, our farmers and finalists in the different award categories and their respective breed societies. Finally, I would like to welcome all the viewers of this virtual awards event from across the length and breadth of our country and beyond. We are honored as the Agricultural Research Council to continue on this tradition of recognizing outstanding performance by our commercial and smallholder livestock farmers. These are the early adopters of the latest technology in pursuit of improved productivity in the midst of emerging agricultural risks such as new pests and diseases. Admittedly, the ever-increasing human population is exerting tremendous pressure on our food systems, thereby compromising food security worldwide. Without adequate investment in R&D, the prospects of addressing future food security challenges are limited. I'm happy to say that ARC scientists, in partnership with local and international research and development organizations, are hard at work, exploring climate-smart technologies to address the threat of global warming and climate change, which continues to pose on our agricultural enterprises. It is incumbent upon us to spare no effort in developing new agricultural solutions to save our industry. The last couple of years have made it abundantly clear that the agricultural sector is the most important socio-economic component of our survival kit as society. Specifically, the sector has demonstrated its resilience despite restricted economic activity during the hard lockdown measures to contain the pandemic since 2020. The total gross value of the agricultural sector increased by 15% between 2019 and 2020, from 282 billion to 327 billion. Animal products contributed 43.8% to this total gross income, which was a 5.8% increase from 138.64 billion in 2019 to 147.62 billion in 2020. In terms of physical outputs, animal products increased marginally, while field crops increased by over 20% and horticulture by 0.74%. These statistics really demonstrate the critical role that agriculture and its subsectors play in the economy of our country. We should remember that livestock is also critical for many of our poor in our society, often contributing to multiple livelihood objectives and offering several pathways out of poverty. It is estimated that our country's population will reach close to 70 million in less than 3 decades, while currently already more than 1 in 5 people in our country still have inadequate access to food. Currently, the food poverty line is 663 per person as of August 2022, a slight increase from 624 previously. Furthermore, it's been estimated that 13.8 million people live below the food poverty line. Our industry is therefore well positioned to provide even greater opportunities for job creation and earning of foreign exchange through agricultural exports. There are reasons to commend the recent growth of the livestock industry, especially beef, even with the recent challenges from extended animal control restrictions aimed at controlling the spread of foot and mouth disease. Besides its impact on export markets, movement controls also affect local market channels, especially livestock auctions, which account for large volumes of transactions of both production and slaughter sales of beef cattle. The current foot and mouth disease outbreak has been described as the worst in history of our country. What makes it worse is that it spilled over to other industries. In addition to export bans on our beef products, the country lost its export status for other products such as wool. The current outbreak highlights the importance of market access for ensuring stability of the livestock industry. A lack of market access in foot and mouth disease control areas does not only affect enterprise growth, but it also affects livelihoods and, most importantly, the fragile environment. Disease outbreaks and other associated biosecurity challenges and threats confirm the importance of collaboration and coordination by all parties. The recent launch of the National Biosecurity Hub presents one of those opportunities, as we can all agree that biosecurity indeed requires a collaborative approach. We have over the years applauded the commercial sector for the strong partnership with both the ARC and the provincial departments of agriculture in supporting the developing sector through our flagship program, Kaonafatsi ya Dikgomo. In addition to my continued appreciation of the fruitful collaboration, I wish to challenge all stakeholders to hold hands in order to improve market access as an incentive for faster adoption of animal improvement technologies, as well as compliance with regulations. The recently signed social pact among stakeholders in the form of the Agriculture and Agro-Processing Master Plan provides a unique opportunity for innovative partnership towards an inclusive and transformed industry. Agriculture and livestock farming are increasingly becoming a knowledge-driven sector. There is an urgent demand for livestock farmers to work hard in order to stay competitive, relevant, and sustainable. Experience has taught us that technology is an indispensable and powerful tool to address many of our industry's challenges. Although there are many technologies available, basic technologies such as performance recording can be very effective in enhancing genetic potential of our national herd. The ARC's National Beef Scheme is a noteworthy example where the application of both basic and more sophisticated technologies have been instrumental for many decades in enabling beef producers to enhance their profitability and sustainability. The farmers that we recognize today are the best among the best in our sector and perhaps on the entire continent in terms of adoption and use of science and technology in their farming enterprises. Our tradition of recognizing meritorious performance among farmers participating in the national animal improvement schemes will remain a key cornerstone of a vibrant and commercially viable livestock sector. I am greatly honored to be given this opportunity to echo a message of commendation and praise to this select group of farmers. Lastly, I wish to congratulate all the finalists of the 2022 ARC Beef Performers Awards. Please note that you are winners by making it this far, whether or not you get a prize today. If you do not get a prize today, your good efforts will deliver one for you next time. Congratulations and well done. Thank you very much. Baya Danki, Siyabonga, Enkosi.
And now for Joel Mamabolo, who will do the official keynote address.
Fellow South Africans, good evening. This is that time of the year when we give our awards to our livestock farmers who participate in the animal improvement and recording schemes. South Africa holds a very unique position on the African continent with a rich diversity in terms of available livestock resources, vegetation and climatic regions. We boast a rich legacy of sustainable livestock production that dates back to centuries. Our livestock sector is characterized by a dualistic system of a highly developed commercial with internationally recognized stock industry, which is using modern technology, and a developing sector which involves emerging and smallholder farmers. Of the percentage of land available for agricultural production, 68 to 70% is classified as grazing land and is used for extensive production of meat-producing ruminants. South Africa has more than 33 registered breeds of cattle with indigenous, locally developed and recently introduced breeds with variation among breed societies with regards to participation in animal recording improvement schemes. It is expected that the new breeds will also be registered very shortly to add to existing list of new breeds. Animal research in the developing sector is limited to the Kaunafasiaru Khomu scheme, where technical advice on health, production, and support with research of animal information is provided. The emerging sector farmer aim to join the commercial industry, but lag behind with regard to use and adoption of technology due to a number of factors that includes socioeconomic factors and poor infrastructure. The animal research in the developing sector is also limited to KYD scheme, where technical advice on production and support with research on animal information is provided. Therefore, the South African livestock industry contributes over 160 billion gross value products in 2020-22 financial years. This is a very important agricultural activity and has an important role to play, considering sufficient foods that needs to be produced for over 60 million of our population. The 2022-23 Beef Awards are taking place at a time when there is an ongoing COP27 of United Nations Framework on Climate Change, on the African continent in Egypt, and the ongoing foot and mouth disease that is negatively affecting our industry. One of the responsibilities of the livestock sector is to limit the release of greenhouse gas, that is, reduce carbon footprint and water footprint in order to ensure future sustainability of the livestock sector. And this can be done through improved production efficiency and improved cow productivity, which will have mitigating effect on the production of greenhouse gases, as higher productivity will lead probably to higher gross efficiency. Therefore, in this instance, it is clear that South Africa holds a very solid foundation for genetic improvement in South Africa and can benefit our neighboring SADC member states and the rest of African continent. The emerging sector play a big role in dissemination of genetic resources from recommended sector to smallholder farmers. All participants in these awards are winners. However, it's important to congratulate all the winners at this event, even those who may not be taking awards at these awards of 2022, 2023. Thank you very much.
ARC National Best Elite Cow Awards, sponsored by Farmers Weekly. This category has been presented for more than 4 decades and is one of the most prestigious when it comes to acknowledging beef cows with truly exceptional performance traits. For cows to be eligible for consideration, they should exhibit exceptional reproduction figures and other economically important traits, including maternal ability and pre-weaning growth rate. Cows across all breeds take part, and 1 cow per breed will be crowned as the top female of that breed. Registered and commercial cows are eligible to participate. Qualification criteria include age at first calving, average intercalving period, days since last calving, completeness of records for weaning weights, performance records, breeding values relating to birth direct, wean direct, and wean maternal, and the number of calves with reliable weaning weights. For commercial cows with no available BLUP breathing values, additional criteria include the weaning index of the cow's calves individually and for all calves weaned, along with an average efficiency index, reproduction index, and the percentage of performance tested calves. It is my pleasure to now present to you the recipients of the 2022 ARC National Best Elite Cow Awards. Pierre Andre Cronjes Afrikaner Cow, MC110035. Henty Jansen van Rensburg's Afrisim Cow, JVR 080058. Paul de Wet's Ankole Cow, DT 070025. Neil Dry's Beef Shorthorn, NMS 110017. Hannes van den Berg's Bonsmara Cow, V100249. The Boeran Cow of Brandon and Dwayne Brooks, BAR 120147. Yale Boer Boerdery's Bradford, BB110011. Andre and Annemarie Reitsma's Brownvie, N120029. Johannes Markram's Charolais, ESS 130013. The Dexter Cow, TM120001 of JL Buerta, Mariette Heath, and Tom Heath. Karel Nels Drakensberger, CL090069. AJ Dudoit's Limousine, LR050007. Frik Geyser's Nguni, AVM 060368. Fani Potgieter's Pinzeil, PZ110193. Dale van Rensburg's Ramagnola, DT100102. Nico Stein's Black Angus, WB120107. Andrew Masterson's Red Angus, ACM 120010. Desmond Robinson Santa Gertrudis SS130009. The Simandala cow JS100015 that belongs to Bosveld Simandalas and Rydesdale Simandalas. Gilly van Sail South Devon BG110027. Kivit van Jaarsveld Sussex JVJ 130020 and Albie Rautenbach's Thuli R110015. And now for the sponsor of this category, Janine Ryan of Farmers Weekly.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Janine Ryan and I am the editor of Farmers Weekly. Since 1911, Farmers Weekly has been trusted by farmers and agribusiness professionals as a source of advice, inspiration, and the latest farming news. Our social media platforms, webpage, podcasts, and digital and print magazines cater for established commercial, smallholder, and emerging farmers and focus on helping them achieve their objectives. These multiple platforms serve as a meeting place where Farmers Weekly and its clients can interact directly with the brand's audience. We also connect with the farming community through the sponsorship and association with key events in the industry. One of this industry-shaping events is the annual ARC National Beef Performance Awards. Since the inception of the awards in 1979, Farmers Weekly has supported the Beef Improvement Scheme of the ARC by sponsoring the prestigious event. Since the inception of the awards in 1979, Farmers Weekly has supported the Beef Improvement Scheme of the ARC by sponsoring this prestigious event. Farmers Weekly is proud to be the sponsor of the lead cow category for the 43rd consecutive year. Over the course of this period, Farmers Weekly has sponsored more than 500 trophies in this category. We look forward to our continued involvement with the National Beef Performance Awards and to furthering our working relationship with the ARC and other industry stakeholders. As always, Farmers Weekly will continue to advance, promote, and support the interest of farmers and others along the agricultural value chain. Congratulations to each of the owners of these animals for the outstanding achievement and your contribution to improving the quality of beef in the country.
ARC National Platinum Bull Awards, sponsored by GMP Basic. This award category recognizes exceptional performance by both the bull and its dam. Besides boasting exceptional performance figures themselves, bulls can only qualify for this award if they were bred from an elite cow. This ensures the inclusion of traits of economic importance such as fertility and genetic growth ability. More than one bull per breed can be eligible for this award, although very few bulls qualify due to the stringent adjudication criteria. Eligible bulls must have received a Gold Merit Certificate when they completed an ARC Phase C test, while its dam must have received her elite cow status during the year in which the bull received his Gold Merit Award. Eligible bulls also had to complete their Phase C tests between 1 January and 31 December in the year preceding the awards event. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for all the recipients of the ARC Platinum Bull Awards. Pierre Andre Cronius, Afrikaner, MC200666. Don Viljoens Bonsmara Bull, EHE 200188. Nick Serfonteins Bonsmara, NFS 200063. Gary Olofs's Boeran Bull, BG 200097. Alphins Denga's Boeran, DE 200719. Yuan Foury's Limousine, YF 200001. And Desmond Robinson's Santa Gertrudis, SS 200147. And now for the sponsor of this category, Rochelle Kluter of GMP Basic.
As a long-standing sponsor, GMP Basic does recognize the importance of genetics, performance and excellence, and are proud to reflect on the past decade. Together with the ARC, we acknowledge no less than 78 national ARC Platinum Bull Awards. valued to about 30 million rand. Well done and congratulations. It is also our pleasure to congratulate not only the recipients of the prestigious Platinum Bull Awards today, but all the other category winners and those that were nominated. Livestock farming is not a single one-man show, and therefore a very special acknowledgement and appreciation to all the farm employees, management staff, families, and the proud owners who played a very important role in producing such superior animal genetics to receive these excellent awards. With challenging times during the past year, we look forward to a post-FMD free environment and a speedy recovery of a sustainable livestock industry for 2023. Mag al ons landbouers geseënd wees. Mag julle veilig bewaar word en mag daar 'n goeie oesjaar op almal wag. Thank you to our fellow sponsors and welcome to the newcomers, QLink, world leaders in livestock identification, who committed on becoming another co-sponsor of these prestigious ARC Annual National Beef Awards. We thank the Agricultural Research Council and the dedicated committee for their continued dedicated commitment to ensure these awards take place year after year. God bless.
ARC National KYD Province of the Year Award, sponsored by Molotech. The Kanofatso ya Dikgomo scheme provides for a comprehensive suite of animal health and production services. The scheme is at the service of any emerging or smallholder beef cattle farmer and operates in all 9 provinces. It focuses strongly on collaboration with emerging smallholder farmers, specifically regarding their needs and challenges. The scheme is also involved in the collection of animal performance information. Participants are registered on the National Database, Integrated Registration and Genetic Information System, or INTEGRS. The objective of the KYD Province of the Year Award is to recognize the province with the highest number of participating farmers in the scheme. These farmers must be registered on INTEGRS and must have entered data into the database between April of the year preceding the awards and March of the year of the awards. The 3 provinces with the highest number of participating farmers will receive platinum, gold, and silver accolades respectively. The finalists in this category are Eastern Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, and Northwest. The Silver Award goes to the Eastern Cape. The Gold Award goes to Northwest. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the ARC National KYD Province of the Year and the winner of the Platinum Award, KwaZulu-Natal. And now for the sponsor of this category, Willem Volskenk of Molotech.
Good day, Willem Volskenk, Molotech Animal Feeds. For many years it has been an honor and privilege for Molotech Animal Feeds to be a part of the National Beef Performance Awards. As a feeding company, our objective is to support the farmer in improving the biological and economical efficiency of beef production of his herd and breed. Molotech is committed to assist our beef farmers in improving the genetic merit of their herds by providing them with excellent products and service. Congratulations to all our winners for 2022.
ARC National Emerging Beef Farmer of the Year Awards, sponsored by Stock Farm. This 26-year-old flagship award of the ARC acknowledges emerging beef farmers that are members of the KYD scheme and have excelled at how they manage and improve their herds and enterprises through, among others, good record keeping. Farmers from all provinces who aim to become fully fledged commercial farmers are identified as finalists. The scheme focuses on assisting emerging beef cattle farmers to apply beef recording and improvement technologies to facilitate accurate selection for economically important traits and increase productivity and profitability in their herds. The purpose of the award is to acknowledge members of the scheme who perform well in respect of specific criteria. These include record keeping, management, and herd performance, encouraging fellow farmers to improve their living standards through higher returns from animal production and job creation, promoting participation in the scheme, promoting sound breeding and management principles in the beef industry, and practically demonstrating the benefit of performance testing by identifying outstanding herds. Put your hands together for the finalists of the National Emerging Beef Farmer of the Year Awards. They are Mtobeli Dinsi from Cathcart in the Eastern Cape, John Mabizela from Paul Roo in the Free State, Selina Hlabedi from Vanderbijl Park in Gauteng, Rodney Mbuyazi from Mpangeni in KwaZulu-Natal, Lennox Simelani from Barberton in Mpumalanga, and Gladwin Musine from Morokweng in the Northwest. And now, the moment we've been waiting for. I am proud to announce the ARC National Emerging Beef Farmer of the Year Award for 2022. It goes to Selina Hlabedi of Bakwa Hlabedi in Farming Pty Limited.
Dumelang, Husengche. My name is Selina, known as Pinky Hlabedi. I'm a cattle farmer. The farm is situated at Sidibeng region and Fulani municipality at Plaas in Vanderbijl Park. The background of this farm, I've started here in this farm 2014, 26th of October. The farm was allocated by Department of Agriculture and Land Reform. When I arrived at this farm, it was the Brahman cattle, which at the later stage I changed them to the Bonsmaras due to the high market that I had. Here in this farm, the size of the farm is 498.9806 hectares. The 200 hectares I'm planting maize, and I'm doing the grain, it's maize and soya. On 50 hectares this season I'll be planting soya, 150 it's maize, and I've got 10 hectares for vegetation, but currently I'm only utilizing 2 hectares on vegetation. I've just planted potatoes on that 2 hectares as a trial from Potato SA. The grazing camps of this farm, it's 258, which is divided into 13 camps. I was nominated by Cernic Group. The Cernic Group, these Bonsmaras, I got it from Cernic with their program, which they provided training of cattle management. My son managed to acquire a diploma through Cernic. Today my son is a successor in this farm. The department also nominated us as for us to get the feedlot. Soon we have started the processes of the feedlot, and they also provided a sprout house where we will be planting fodder for the cattle. And we attended the trainings through TUT. After the graduation, TUT nominated us for the smart house to run as an office, because I was sleeping in the house with an office. So they saw a need for me to have an office outside, because people are walking in and out, even people who would need advices of how did I reach where I am today as a woman in the male-dominated field of farming. especially Ponsmara kettles. Why the Ponsmara kettles? It's because of the high market we received from Country Meat, which is Cernic, and Cavalier Abattoir in Centurion. Most of the Ponsmara kettles, they've got good meat, good muscle, and you manage to get a good score if you take care of them, you feed them well. I would say today I'm a proud cattle farmer because through the trainings of ARC, I managed to do my own feed with my son. We are feeding our animals. We are manufacturing feed for ourselves. The challenges we faced in this farm, the advice that I can give people, because I'm always having visitors who seeks advice, especially the youth. And I'm proud of saying today we developed youth in agriculture and rural development through the passion we have of farming. I always encourage them that farming, it's not sexy. Farming, it's not an easy business to run, but if you have a passion, you will succeed in farming. You cannot be rich in a minute, you cannot be rich immediately, but you are rich the day you start farming. As long as you have a passion, you will see the richness of farming.
And now for the sponsor of this award, Lynette Lowe of Stock Farm.
The ARC's National Emerging Beef Farmer of the Year Award is already 26 years old and is its flagship award. This award serves to acknowledge emerging beef farmers who are members of the KYD scheme. These farmers have excelled in the management of their herds, but also improving these herds and their farming enterprises as a whole. Good record keeping is one of the key aspects of good management and ongoing improvement, and is therefore one of the aspects considered when these entrants are judged. At Plaas Media, we have been encouraging sound management principles such as record keeping for the past 11 years through our magazine Stock Farm. That is why sponsoring this award is such a good fit for Stock Farm. We practice what we preach, and we publish content that is aimed at empowering aspiring commercial farmers to become fully fledged commercial farmers. Criteria considered in this category entail, as already mentioned, record keeping, management, and herd performance. However, farmers are also judged on the encouragement of fellow farmers to also improve their farming enterprises. Stock Farm is proud to be the sponsor of this year's award and will showcase these farmers and their achievements on an ongoing basis.
ARC National Mentor of the Year Award, sponsored by Molotech. This award category was only introduced into the awards a few years ago and has since become very popular. It is one of the award categories that highlights the impact and contributions that a farmer can make not only in his immediate area but also in the country as a whole. It has become an accolade that reflects both the personal and professional convictions of a farmer. It relates to his or her efforts to take hands with their fellow farmers and to plow back into industry in order to contribute to its growth and progress. The primary aim of this award category is to acknowledge farmers with exceptional leadership skills. It also recognizes their efforts to build capacity and skills through information dissemination and mentoring and assisting fellow farmers. Farmers who enter this category should have a record of accomplishment attesting to their efforts to train and mentor others. Very importantly, it must show the impact of their actions and mentoring initiatives. We have two winners for this category. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you our first winner of the ARC National Mentor of the Year Award, Mpho Munyai.
My name is Mpho Munyai. I am from Banyai Ranch. We are based in Vlakfontein, near Magaliesberg. We are working on establishing a Boran head as well as Africa Drought Master head using the IMRO transfer. So mentorship is about providing guidance to those individuals and group of individuals who are always willing to learn and improve their lives. It is of importance to do mentorship in this country because when we share information, we help those who are up and coming to also be in a position whereby they can be able to farm profitable as well. So mentorship will play a significant role in the future because information sharing is very, very important, especially in this country where there is no enough centers that help individuals to be a better farmer. So as farmers, we take it upon ourselves to start working on these young emerging farmers or up and coming farmers to provide information that can help them in their future farming activities.
And the second winner of the ARC Mentor of the Year Award, Gert Brits.
Goeiedag, ek is Gert Brits. Ons boer met Santa Gertrudis beeste in die Delary distrik aan die weste kant van Delary. Ek hanteer op die stadium 3 stoeterye. Dit is die eerste een is Santa Rus van hom Johan en Heinrich Haveman. En dan my eie ene die Gerbrie stoet en dan ook die Sandbot stoet van Koos Harding in Parys, die diere van hom wat hier loop. Wat ons maar doen is die al 3 stoeterye se goed loop saam in 3 verskillende groepe. Maar elke ou se goed of al 3 stoeterye het in elke groep 'n getal beeste waarmee ons werk. So dit is nie 'n geval van die een sinne loop in 'n een kamp en daai een sin loop in 'n ander kamp en daai een loop in 'n ander kamp nie. Die goed loop by mekaar. Ons probeer so ver as moontlik soort tipe by mekaar kry vir seker se bulle wat ons gebruik op die groepe. En dit is maar waarom dit gaan en hoekom dit in soveel groepe opgedeel is. Ons hanteer die stoeterye as basies kommersieel, want op die einde van die dag is dit die kommersiële boer wat vir ons saak maak. Ons diere word verkoop aan kommersiële diere, hulle is ons bulkopers. Dit is wat ons graag wil hê. Die enkele dier wat uitgaan na 'n stoetery toe is ons baie bly oor, maar eintlik wil ons die kommersiële mark voed met bulle en dis hoekom ons ons stoet of die 3 stoeterye hanteer as kommersieel in die veld. Daar's niks lekkernye nie. Hulle moet gras vreet winter en somer. Daar's niks nie. Dit werk presies soos dit in 'n kommersiële boerdery werk. Ek het eintlik seker regtig onwetend betrokke geraak by mentorskap. Dit is maar kennis wat ek vanaf my ouderde pa gekry het en waar baie ouens my raad gevra het en gesê het, hoorie, hoe doen jy so, wat doen jy dit, hoekom doen jy so? En so het ek maar as 'n ou iemand my iets vra, het ek op 'n eerlike manier vir hom probeer antwoord en sê hoekom ek dit doen en ek het vir hom die rede gaan wys hoekom ek dit doen. Dis soos byvoorbeeld, ons het in 2013 het ons al die diere, vroulik en manlik wat agterbly op die plaas waarmee ons gaan boer of wat dan nou vir veilings gaan, het ons begin skandeer. Omdat dit belangrik is Ons is besig om in 'n rigting te beweeg met die skanderings, die oogspiere en goeters. En dit doen ons van 2013 af. Dit is en dan het byvoorbeeld van die teelers my gevra, hoekom doen jy dit? En dan verduidelik ek maar en ek sê vir hom, dis hoekom ons dit doen. Dis wat ek sien as ons vir 'n groter oogspier selekteer, dit is wat ek sien wat ons terugkry. Ek dink 'n klomp ouens beginne skandeer. Tot vandag toe is daar ons 'n hele klompie wat skandeer nou al. En dan by boere daar, soos byvoorbeeld swart boere wat daar ook op 'n boeredag was, hierso vra wat selek gebruik jy, hoe hanteer ek die beeste in die veld of oral selfs in die allery by koöperasie sal ek baie keer en sien ek hulle koop goedkoop spuitstof en dan sal ek hom vra, wat gaan maak jy met dit? Dan sê hy my, jy wil dit doen, dan sê ek, maar dit gaan nie werk nie. Koop hierdie, dis bietjie duurder, maar dit is wat werk. En soos tyd terug het hulle 'n klompie studente gebring vanaf Mafeking om te kom kyk wat hier aangaan. En ons het hulle toe die dag hier gewys met die skandeerdery, hoe skandeer jy? En hulle het self die dag sommer hier gewerk en te kere gegaan. En ou kon sien, daar is belangstelling. En ek is maar net, as iemand my bel, probeer ek om die regte raad gee. Ek wil nie die ou van die wal van die sloot af, of van die wal binne in die sloot in help nie. Ek wil graag hê ons moet bo die wal wees, want ek glo daar is 'n toekoms vir ons vleisbeesboere in die land. Ons moet net die regte goed doen, en ons moet die goed reg hanteer.
ARC National Special Performance Test Class, sponsored by Plaas Media. This very popular award category has been presented for over 40 years and rewards only bulls with exceptional performance traits. Only bulls awarded gold or silver merit certificates upon completion of a Phase C standardized growth test of the National Beef Recording and Improvement Scheme during the year preceding the awards event are eligible to compete in this category. Standardized growth test stations simulate a feedlot scenario and measure individual feed intake, growth, and feed conversion. Additional traits measured are scrotum circumference and other body measurements. Residual feed intake is also considered. Only one bull per breed is identified as representative of the entire breed in terms of performance and functional efficiency. Each of these bulls are crowned the overall national winner within the participating breed. I now present to you the recipients of the ARC National Performance Test class in alphabetical order. Jannie Versaghi's Afrikaner, JEV 200151. Zippo Landbrach's Boeran, ZIP 200041. Gert van der Merwe and Juan de Jagers, Bradford, GM 200043. Justin de Brains Brahman, H2O 200013. Mayberg and DV Vessels, Brangus, WW2 200031. Eric de Klerk's Brownvie, DEK 200053. Dami Stemmet Charolais, DS 200511. Dani van Breda's Hereford, DVB 200047. Yuan Foury's Limousine, YF 200090. Hannes Eksteens Nguni, EX 200251. Stefan Terblanche's SA Angus, FG 200782. Desmond Robinson Santa Gertrudis, SS 200146. Advocate Sussex Studs Sussex, CC 200028. And now for the sponsor of this category, Lynette Lowe of Plaas Media.
The ARC National Special Performance Test class has been presented for over 40 years and rewards only bulls that possess exceptional and proven performance traits. Plaas Media, through its various media platforms, which includes Plaas, has been supporting exceptional beef production for many years. We believe strongly in scientific farming principles, and we write about and promote the technology and practices required to adhere to these principles. This award represents all of these aspects and leans heavily on good scientific practices on the farm. In order to be eligible for this award, bulls must have received a gold or silver merit certificate upon completion of a Phase C standardized growth test of the National Beef Recording and Improvement Scheme during the year preceding the awards. This award measures aspects such as feed intake, growth, and feed conversion. These traits are all important for good beef production and ultimately for food security in a country that relies on the availability of protein on the table. Plaas Media is proud to be associated with this award and would like to congratulate each of the bull owners whose exceptional animals receive awards this year.
And last but most definitely not least, the ARC National Beef Cattle Improvement Herd of the Year Awards, sponsored by Plaas Media and Stock Farm. To be eligible for this award category, a stud beef breeder must excel in a number of performance indicators, not only those directly related to management and breeding. Besides being judged on how they implement performance recording and related technologies to improve the genetic potential of their herds, they are also assessed on their involvement in industry, interaction with fellow farmers, and their efforts to build and add value to the beef production industry. Herd-related traits that are assessed include the reproduction level of the herd, overall participation in and implementation of performance testing, cow efficiency in the herd, completeness of performance records, the size of the cow herd, which must consist of at least 50 cows, the calving performance of the herd, genetic trends and progress in the herd, and the application of modern scientific breeding techniques. The contributions and reputation of the participating herd owner is also considered, particularly their leadership and guidance to other farmers and stakeholders. The finalists in the category are Johannes Botha of Boedeel Angus, Jan Doege of Diefsteer, Drakensberger Stoet, Ben Raad of Donkerhoek Tuli Stoet, Hannes Eksteen of Eksteen Goonies and Sangas, Stefan ter Blanche of Frederiksburg Angestad, Dani van Breda of Janiel Herefords, Gideon Botha of Kolskoot Borane, Pieter and Janeman Genis of PG's Boerans, Rian Tron of RAT Brahmane, Desmond Robinson of Santarific Santas, and Lucas Msiza of Sizalo Bonsmara. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to announce the winner of this year's ARC National Beef Cattle Improvement Herd of the Year Award. Frederiksburg Angus Stud of La Ormerans Pty Limited.
My name is Stefan ter Blanche, the cattle stud manager at Frederiksburg Angus, Wagyu and Chianina, that is owned by La Ormerans Pty Limited, situated in the Franschhoek Valley, Drakenstein. We predominantly focusing on Angus cattle. With the Wagyu we are breeding and recently have started with Chianinas. We also raise our cattle on cultivated pastures, Oudstover in the winter rainfall region of the Swartland, as well as Riebeeks Rivier. And here in Franschhoek, we're predominantly focusing on the stud breeding. The herd of the Angus have started in 2007, and the base animals were bought from well-known breeders, and from there we have bred to what our type is. We're mainly focusing on animals that's well adapted, medium framed, together with a good growth and adaptability with certain areas within the country. Our animals have gone extensively throughout South Africa, as far as Uppington. Predominantly, we are focusing for the Angus breed to breed well-balanced, fertile bulls with good growth and milk for the commercial market. And recently, we had a good sale at the Western and Southern Cape auction, in which we participate each year. We predominantly sell our bulls out of hand off the farm, so the breeders have the ability or the opportunity to come to the farm and select the bulls that they desire. Within that, we're also focusing on helping fellow commercial breeders in order to obtain the best possible bull that's required for their enterprise. We'll therefore assist within the selection process. We will advise within the certain growth parameters and breeding objectives, and as well what type of animal that they necessarily would want to breed within their particular environment or location, with regard to grazing availability, climate, and also topography that is having an impact on the walking ability or the overall ability of the animals to thrive. Management practices that we'll try to incorporate within the Angus herd, that is predominantly the stud breeding happening in Franschhoek of the Western Cape, is working on cultivated pastures, where we will have certain consultants consulting in various grass species that's suitable and adaptable for the region, with the limited amount of irrigation that is available. Within the Angus stud, we also use the breed objectives that we set out before the breeding season, for example. We have certain selection criteria on which we will select a bull and try to mate the bull according to the cow herd. Performance data for us at Fredericksburg is a major important tool that we can use in order to select animals and breed accordingly. But we need to focus that the performance data will need to take with the breeding of animals a holistic approach. We need to incorporate the performance data together with the phenotype of the animal in order to get the desired outcome of calves being born. Therefore, I will say performance data is of vital importance for us to use as a tool, but again need to focus it as a holistic approach in terms of animal breeding. Therefore, for us, our record keeping is of utmost importance, and also to get the accuracy for the animals up, and therefore within regard to wean indexes, we will predominantly cull animals with an index below 95 to start with the weaners, where they will go on for the bull calves, go on to a phase C and D growth testing to see the performance that animal consists of in order for growth and feed conversion, especially in times now that feed is a huge economic impact on cattle production.
I now hand over to the sponsor of this category, Deirdre Lowe of Plaas Media.
Plaas Media is not only involved as the main sponsor of the awards this year, but also as a sponsor for the National Cattle Improvement Herd of the Year award. What makes this category so special is that both the farmer and his or her herd receive accolades for exceptional performance. Plaas Media is proud to sponsor this category because of the important role that these producers play in the industry. These nominees and finalists are individuals who are leaders and guide other farmers. This interaction with industry is of utmost importance as they help to build a better future for the industry. Their involvement goes beyond that of helping other farmers. We strongly believe that constant improvement is the only way in which the agricultural industry will be able to produce more food more efficiently. This is true for all branches of agriculture and more so for beef production. Congratulations not only to the winner of this category, but also to all other nominees, finalists and winners.
Congratulations to all the winners and finalists in this year's ARC Beef Performance Awards. I now call on Dr. Andrew Magadlela to do the vote of thanks.
Good day all. My name is Andrew Magadlela, I am Group Executive for Animal Sciences at the Agricultural Research Council, more popularly known as the ARC. It is a singular honor and a privilege to have this opportunity to extend a word of gratitude on behalf of the ARC to those who have made this event the great success that it is. I honestly think it is a success. At the core of this success are the finalists and winners of the 2022 ARC Beef Performers Awards. They are indeed our star performers. The 2022 ARC Beef Performers Awards would not have been possible without the selfless contributions and giving of a number of persons and institutions, including our beloved farmers. I think, and rightly so, the overwhelming success of this event cannot be attributed to just a few, as this is the result of a team effort. As the ARC, we appreciate the cordial relations that we have enjoyed with the beef industry and government over the years, which manifest themselves when events like this are being staged. However, in the interest of time, I will only acknowledge a handful of persons and institutions for their generous contributions in different ways. The ARC Beef Performers Competition winners and all the participants, the ARC Council and the Chairperson of Council, Ms. Joanne Isaacs, for the support they are giving to our efforts, the ARC President and CEO, Dr. Little Makinga, for his insightful welcome address, our line department, the Department of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development, our strategic partner, Plaas Media, who did a marvelous job of widely marketing and promoting this event. Our sponsors, Molatech, GMP Basic, Farmers Weekly, and Plaas Media, who continue to invest their valuable resources in this project despite the difficult economic climate. Representatives from the media houses. Last but by no means least, the organizing committee under the leadership of Dr. Ben Greiling, and the sterling work that is done by Inalo behind the scenes to ensure that this event lives up to expectations. On behalf of the ARC Council and staff, many thanks to all of you.